Hey, what's shaking? What's baking? Welcome to Hero City Toy Reviews. Today we are looking at one of my holy grails in my Superman collection. As you know, this channel is very Superman heavy. I love Superman, love everything about Superman, collect Superman nonstop. So, today we are looking at whether or not a man can make you believe he can fly. It is the Mezco 112th 1978 Christopher Reeve Superman action figure, otherwise known as Superman in a can, because he comes in a can. All right, everybody. So, like I said, this is Superman in a can, the Mezco 112, Christopher Reeve, 1978 Superman. You will believe a man can fly. Look at this beautiful, beautiful packaging. I've been chasing this piece for quite some time. I was not able to get my hands on it anywhere. Could not find it. The prices on eBay were absolutely astronomical, so I didn't go that route. Finally found them locally on Facebook Marketplace at a decent price, and I jumped on it immediately. I've been trying to get this guy since his release in 2021, which I missed. And finally, 5 years later, who would have thought? Finally got him just last week. So here he is in a beautiful, different, unique packaging. Mezco with a tin can. Looks like a garbage can, kind of. Beautiful artwork from the 1978 original Superman movie right there. That was the poster. Love that. Look at the lettering in behind. Just beautiful, exactly like the movie. Of course, you got the nice big metal S on the lid. Just a fantastic piece, guys. So happy to finally get this guy and happy to share this with you. So let's have a look inside. All right, we got the lid off. You can see how that's packaged already with batteries and everything for the Fortress of Solitude part of this. Just nice two finger holes right there. Just take them right out. On the bottom, we got the instructions, so let's pop those out. We'll leave the can right there as a background. And let's take a look at this beauty. So that's what he looks like in the packaging, right there. It comes with a ton of accessories as expected with the Mezco 112s. Absolutely beautiful already. I'm so happy to have this guy in my hands, guys. Just a spectacular piece. So to open it up, you got these 4 tabs there's 2 more here. Let's pop those open, and then we should open up. Oh, there's a piece of tape we got to cut. Cut that. Be right back, and while I open. All right, guys, there he is with everything out of the tin can, the package. So first of all, if I look at the base, beautiful text. It feels textured, nice, classic Superman from the movie there. And the silver and gray lettering looks very nice. Just a heads up, this foot peg here comes in this hole here, but if you want to display the stand, that has to be removed. This was very difficult to remove. You got to remove it from here and push out that way. Did take a little bit of force. Just a heads up for you guys that are still going to do this. Was not easy to remove at all. So that's the foot peg. If you just want a foot peg, I'm going to use the stand, so I took it out. So that's a beautiful base there. Of course, here's the figure himself with the head sculpt that comes on. I do see Christopher Reeve there. I think it's a very decent sculpt of Christopher Reeve. Of course, you got another head that comes with there. You got the smiling hand. Depending on the angle, this one can look a little weird, but I mean, certain angles does look like Christopher Reeve. And this reminds me of the flying scene with the Earth in the background when he's flying in space and he looks at the camera and smiles. That's just absolutely epic scene. Of course, another serious Christopher Reeve face there. I still prefer the one that's on him. So we'll go there, and of course the beautiful Fortress of Solitude, which I can show you quickly. It's got some good weight to it because there's batteries in it. And in here's where the Fortress of Solitude crystals will go. I'll show you that in a bit. So you got to put batteries here, and there's 2 modes. That's off, of course. On. When you put the crystals on, it will light up. Doesn't matter if you get the green crystal or the white crystal. So I put it in there, and look how beautiful that is. Lights up so nicely. And as soon as you remove the crystal, it turns off. Or you can have it permanently on. You just click it all the way on, and that's how it lights up. Really nice detail there. I mean, let's have him stand behind it like in the movie. That is a beautiful display for Superman right there. I love that. Fantastic. Good to have the options too with the crystals. I think that's so cool. So I'll turn that off for now. Okay, speaking of crystals, so I'll show you what he comes with. So you get the green crystal, and you get 2 white crystals. They all do the same thing. As soon as you put it in, it will turn it on. So they have a little, looks like, attachment at the bottom that connects to the Fortress of Solitude. Of course, you get the fake kryptonite rock, I think from Superman 3, where it makes him go a little crazy and he goes into the bar and he gets all drunk and all of that kind of stuff. And of course, the kryptonite necklace from Superman 1, when Lex is trying to drown him in the pool, right there. And a bunch of different hands. You got flying hands. You got some grabbing hands there. Small grip grabbing hands. And an extra hand to hold something. So overall, beautiful, great accessories. Of course, you come with, I love Mezco with these little details, right? You got the bag there for your extra stuff that you're not using. You can put right in the bag. I love that. Nice little touch. And of course, you have the arm that fits into the base. Should go on. Not as easy as it looks, but there you go. So that's the base there. And, you know, typical control arm. You can pose it many different ways, right? So that's right there. Okay, so let's take a closer look at the figure. All right, nice and close. You can see the stitching. I mean, on camera, because it's really close, you can kind of tell it's not the best. However, in person, looking at it, you can't really notice it that much. Overall, very good. The material feels really, really nice. Feels very smooth. Really well stitched on for the most part, except maybe there, like I said, you see a little bit. But that's okay. The colors are on point with the Christopher Reeve suit, I think. Looks spectacular. Maybe the boots, I don't remember exactly, but the boots, I think they were a little bit brighter. These look more dark red going onto the purple kind of side. Maybe they should have been the same red as the cape. They don't look the same to me, or as the trunks. And there's the cape with a beautiful yellow S on the back, like in the movie, of course. Now, some people had an issue with the way the cape looks into the suit here. I can see it looks a little bulky. It looks a little weird for sure. Maybe they could have tightened that up a little bit. It looks like he kind of just put a towel over his neck there, kind of, sort of. But overall, very nice figure. I mean, the suit looks great overall. Feels great. It's got some good weight to it. And it's Christopher Reeve. I look at this, I see Christopher Reeve. So this is on point. Mezco 112 is known for their quality, and this one does not disappoint. Very good. Let's see the articulation, of course. Arms all the way up. The head up and down. Yeah, very good articulation. Up at the waist. Bends nicely at the waist. Turns, even though the suit ties him up a little bit, still turns well. Legs all the way up, of course. Knee bend nicely. Now the ankle doesn't have too much movement in it. Up and down a little bit. Doesn't go side to side, but very, very good figure. Excellent figure, especially for someone like me as a Superman collector, and Christopher Reeve being my all-time favorite Superman. This was without a doubt a must-have. One of the best Supermans in my collection, in this scale, of course. And it's Christopher Reeve, so hands down the best Superman in my opinion. Hold on here, let's see how tall he is. We'll do a quick measurement. He's looking to be under 6 inches. Let's call it 5.5 or less. 5.5 inches tall. Not quite 6, but still. Do you guys believe a man can fly? What do you think of this figure? I think it looks fantastic. There's a good 360 look at him. Looking awesome. So the stand holds him nicely with no issues of tipping over, which is great. All right, everybody, thank you for watching and really appreciate it. Please like, comment, subscribe. The channel's fairly new, so any kind of support is very much appreciated. Let me know your thoughts. Did this figure make you believe a man can fly? It did for me, because that's Christopher Reeve I grew up with. I love it. Absolutely 10 out of 10. Hands down, one of my favorite Christopher Reeve action figures. So thank you again. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and we will see you on the next one.